Hey guys, it's Jim with Middleton Motorsports. Welcome to our channel. We're here at Middleton Ford, the home base for Middleton Motorsports and Middleton Ford. As you can see around you, there's a lot going on here. We have some incredible cars. We have the 992 GT3RS. We have the 991 Turbo back there that you've seen on the track with Chuck driving like a maniac. You have the carbon fiber track pack. Performance blue, and then you have the absolute beast of all beasts, this green, grabber green track pack GT500. What we're going to do today is we're going to take you through a brief overview of the 992 GT3RS. We're going to take you through a quick wash of the car. There's a couple quirks and features that I think I'd love to share with you regarding what I love and what I get frustrated by. But we're going to take you through that. We're going to wash it. We're going to detail it up. So welcome to the channel. Please like and subscribe. We have a lot more content coming to you. We're going to have all of these cars out on the track again. We're fortunate here in Wisconsin to be only an hour and a half from Road America, which we all believe is at least a top 3 track in the total US. And we will have this car as well as these cars on the track here coming up in mid-August. So look for that. But let's get started here. Let's walk around the car and then we'll get to washing. As you can see here, it's an ice gray Weissach package with the pyro red wheels or the red accents. The Weissach package comes with the magnesium wheels. I opted for the pyro red accents, so it gets you the decal kit. It also gets you the red accents on the DRS wing, which I'll talk about in a minute, as well as these clips for the oil and water covers. You no longer can get into the back or see any part of the rear of this car if you're familiar with the 991 GT cars or the 991 Carreras. Unfortunately now on the GT cars you can't even lift this back portion. You get to the oil and water through these caps. It also has the ceramic brakes. I did not opt to change the caliper color. I stuck with yellow. I wasn't sure how that was going to look, but I'm really happy with how it looks. I did do the clear rear tail light as an option. I think it goes really nice with this ice gray color and the red accents. So that was another exterior option. But at the end of the day, I did most options that dealt with the performance of the car. On the interior, I did very little. Only thing I did was the Bose stereo system, which at the end of the day, when you're in it, you don't even care about the radio. You're listening to the engine. The active arrow on this car is absolutely insane. When you're doing 75, 80 miles, 100 over 100 in Mexico, of course, or on a track, I do feel when you press the DRS button, it does feel like you release the parachute behind you. I can feel the difference when you press the DRS button. It's absolutely outstanding and amazing to kind of have that sensation when you press the DRS and you're on a straightaway and it goes from high downforce to low downforce on the rear wing, as well as the front flaps. The only other thing I would say, it is a rock magnet. If you do daily drive this car or if you just drive it to and from the track, the collection of rocks that this car picks up, through the arrow back here you could see the rock collection spot. Over here, it collects a ton of rocks. In the air, this is it's not active arrow, sorry. This is no longer goes to the engine. It actually feeds the rear wheel well, but you get rocks up in here. There's no frunk anymore, as you probably are aware and have seen. You do when you are driving this car and you're driving it outside and you have the windows down. Today it's 92 degrees outside. You feel the heat. You absolutely feel the heat coming from the radiator, and it wants to come in the car, and it does come in the car. It'll be interesting when the weather starts turning here in Wisconsin and gets a little bit colder. I do believe you probably won't need to use the heater. So it does get a little bit warm in the cockpit, but hey man, it's a price I'll pay. I have no issues with that whatsoever. So let's get started here. We'll wash it up. We're gonna do the wheels. We're gonna foam it. We're gonna clean it. We're going to use a drying agent on it, and then we'll go from there. Okay, we're going to get started here. We're going to wash up the wheel. We're not going to take you through every detail that we're going to do here, but I think it'd be cool to get a couple close-ups of the wheel. These are the magnesium wheels. There's some really cool features of it, and we'll get some close-ups while we're washing it. We're going to use bead maker on there. We're going to foam it up, clean it up, and then we'll go from there. Getting in behind these, there's not a lot of space behind the caliper, clearly. But you can see that there's holes within the spokes of the magnesium wheels, which I think is unbelievable. You don't necessarily catch that when you see photos of the wheels online, or what I've seen, at least since I've watched it. Okay guys, we just finished the wheels. We went around, used bead maker, the wheelie brush, washed it with the mitt. They weren't that dirty, so we didn't have to do a lot of work there. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna foam the car. We're gonna wash it off, spray it real quick with the soft water, deionized water, and then we're going to foam it up, and then we'll get washing. We let it sit for, I don't know, a couple minutes or so. We're going to now use typical 2-bucket approach. We got the soapy water with the sponge, the rinse bucket, all soft water. So we'll just get, very lightly, start from the top and work our way down. As someone who likes to drive the car and use them as they're intended, they give you a sense of confidence that in some cases I'm not sure you should have. What is it at 180 miles per hour or so, 186 miles per hour? It's 1,800 pounds of downforce, which is absolutely incredible. I will never be up at that or have the courage to take a turn at 180 miles per hour, but maybe at 130. Okay. As you can see, I'm making a mess of myself, but we're all done. We're gonna spray it down and then dry it off. Okay guys, after we just finished washing the car, we rinsed it off. Before I dry it with a drying agent, I always like to blow it off with we have an electric blower here. What is this? I don't know. Ego. I don't know what number it is, but we have a couple here, but I think it helps to get the car drier. You don't have to worry about the rag as much. So now we're going to start the drying process. I use a drying agent. I really like this Obsessed Garage drying aid. I've used it here for just a short period of time. I entered the 997, what was it, 997 GT3RS giveaway. So I figured I'd try this out. It's really, really, really good, as you can see here. And what I like about it, you can pretty much spray it on any, the molding, the plastic. You can really be liberal with it. But you don't have to be liberal with it. But it really is a nice drying aid. This wing is a little bit complicated to dry. That's why I like using the blower, because it helps to get all the water out of the cracks and crevices here. I think some would say, and I would tend to agree, that the toughest feature on this car is the US license plate frame. It's like one of those things you can't unsee when you see it. Clearly I understand why they did it. With the Euro plate, they probably have holes out here. But I don't know, I think they could have maybe designed something here that was a little bit more fitting with the car. And maybe it's Arrow, who knows? Maybe Arrow tested and it's the right thing to do, I have no idea. But I don't know, I just think this is a little bit of an afterthought. So here at Middleton Motorsports, you know, we do host on every Sunday here in the Middleton area, the Cars and Coffee right outside in the lot here. It's a great diversity of cars, great group of people. Everybody's here to share their experiences with their cars, and everybody's willing to share. And I tend to try to get there when I can. The thing that brings me the most joy, other than being on the track, is sharing, you know, cars like these with kids. To see their eyes light up, to allow them to go sit in the seat and get an experience, I think is really cool and rewarding for whatever that, you know, whatever you feel about that. But I think it's kind of cool. That's what I enjoy about, you know, taking your car to Cars and Coffee and things like that. It's not about showing off the car or anything. It's about the people and allowing other people to have the experience or experience all different types of cars. Now for the interior. If you're like me and you enjoy washing cars, you probably wash the outside. For me, I probably wash the outside 10 times before I get into the interior. I don't enjoy washing interiors, but I enjoy doing the windows, and I enjoy, I don't know, dusting down the dash, but I'm not a big interior cleaner guy. But you gotta do the door jambs. That's the first thing you see when you get in, right? This does have the optional fire extinguisher, not hydrant, fire extinguisher. I don't know, I think it's just kind of cool. You hope to never have to use it. So the interior of this car, again, not getting that technical in this video, but it has dials to customize the suspension, compression, rebound, traction control, coast, a lot of things that are well above my pay grade. But I hope Porsche someday, you know, they probably can't for many legal reasons, who knows, but it would be great for them to publish, you know, by track what the most optimal setup is, you know, to begin with, right? I mean, they say the car is dialed in at 0. That's where it should be spec'd. But, you know, every track has its own little unique, characteristics. So it would be great if they could Porsche, or there's some sort of forum, maybe there is and I don't know about it, where people are publishing what the most optimal setup is for track times around a track. So that would be kind of cool. But a great car, and we're about done here. Well, thanks for spending some time here with us here at Middleton Motorsports. Please make sure you like and subscribe to the video. You follow us on Instagram, and you know, all that social media stuff really helps us out to provide you more videos, more content, more track content. And then, you know, check out our website at shop.middletonmotorsports.net, where we have all sorts of Bronco stuff, performance parts, and by all means, Chuck here, Andrew, and Will, and Chuck's passion around racing and getting out on the track and using these cars as they're intended to. We really would love to, we could help in any way that we possibly can here at Middleton Ford, Middleton Motorsports. Again, thanks for joining. It's a pleasure for me to share this car with all of you, and hope to see you in future videos as we get this out on the track and compare it to some of these other cars. You know, we have all types of cars here for those enthusiasts. So thanks again. Have a great day.